Hello, it's Alex and Vicky on the 49th episode of the Hellbound Festival. I'm introducing it today. Welcome, Alex.
The Hellbound Festival. It's the first time we've heard the podcast introduced that way.
Oh, sorry, it's because we were talking about the festival today.
That's absolutely fine.
Excited. So today we're going to be talking all things horror festival. Dissecting Dharma is going to take a little break. We're going to come back to it. It's all a bit too much. The horror. Need a break, Al. How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I think a break from that show. It was very good, but we definitely need a break from it.
So I'd like to ask you a few questions, if that's okay, about the festival.
Absolutely.
Submissions are in.
We extended the deadline by a couple of days because we knew people had technical difficulties. One filmmaker in particular wanted to accommodate them because they're based in Florida and they were hit by the hurricane.
Oh, no.
So yeah, we just kind of being flexible with some of the rules, not all of them, which we'll talk about.
So on first glance, everyone's sticking to brief?
Everyone's sticking to brief because there's a few rules, and one of them was just like don't be abusive to other people. You can be abusive to other people because it's horror, but not in the creation of the film. And the biggest sticking point, it's not aspect ratio because I'm an aspect ratio snob because I prefer 16:9 cinematic images, is the length of the film. So that's the biggest rule.
So is everyone stuck to the brief?
Not everyone. People have asked me, can I submit longer films, and I've okayed some of them. And I've asked people to read the rules on the Film Freeway website, which is still up there now and on the website. And some films, the max was 15 minutes, the shortest is a minute, which is fantastic. A 1 minute film can win best film, a 15-minute film can win best film. We don't have a split category for the length of the film. I'm making a positive out of it and awarding the Rule Breaker Horror Award. It might be retitled in a few days, but we'll be releasing the laurel for that. So we've got, I think, 5 or 6 longer films, longer than the 15-minute films. So they're not actually in the main, can't be winning any other award apart from the Rule Breaking Horror Award. So we're making light of the longer submissions, the Rule Breaker Award.
Excellent. In your guesstimation, how many hours are you going to be spending watching these? I say you, we.
It's we're gonna get a big group of people together, and that's how we're gonna judge the festival this year. We're trying to get 1 or 2 guest judges, but post-pandemic, it's really difficult to kind of get guest nominees or guest judges. So this year is going to be in keeping it in the family. We're gonna get a big group of people though to score the films and to tell us what they think, and then it's going to get fed back, and then we're going to water it down, and then I'm going to make a decision on some of the awards, but not all of them, and then there's going to be no kind of favoritism towards anyone or anything in particular. So, like I said, a 1 minute film can win best film, a 15-minute film can win best film.
So what's the plan? So when is it airing? When are people going to be able to see things?
So it'll be on 29th of October.
That's a Friday?
That's a Saturday. And it's a TBC on the time because I want to get the time zone right for different markets, for Canada and US and Australia involved. So it's really tricky. Obviously, there's going to be a point where I can't accommodate every time zone in the world because there's a lot. So
are you going to be dressed as Chucky?
I'm not going to be dressed as Chucky. I'm going to probably be dressed smartly online because we're going to do it live on YouTube.
Oh, wow. Okay. Do you know how many different categories there will be?
That's something that Swedish filmmaker Cindy Stenberg asked me a few episodes ago when she was on, and it's difficult to say without processing all the films. So obviously all the submissions are locked now. No one can submit after. There is no way you can submit now. So now I've got them, I'm going to put them into categories. It's not going to be like a genre award, a type of horror. There might be things like best kill or something fun like that.
Yeah.
And then, most original idea or best writing or best use of music. If someone's got, has gone a cheap route and they've copied a piece of music online and a famous piece of music that we're not going to kind of, sour it that way if someone's had money to budget for an original piece of music.
Can I ask a question? Would a horror makeup be?
Yeah, like a visual effects makeup.
It's massive, isn't it? That industry and that.
Yeah. So if someone's done a makeup through visual effects, because we've not had the time in the team of one, to go through all the film shows and watch them all. We've only watched a handful of them.
Oh, I see. So what you're saying is, depending upon what you submitted,
exactly.
you can then
But I think there'll be a best visual. I'm going to call it visual makeup effect, because we'll put someone that does practical makeup effects against CG, and then it's down to the level of the CG. So we'll definitely do. I think makeup's a huge thing, and best scare. It could be something like that. It depends. Literally depends
most jumpy
on
moment.
Yeah, it depends on the actual films themselves.
I know you've thought about artwork and how you're going to represent the films. Is that right? And display?
Yeah. So we've been working with an artist, which was revealed. The artist is a system called Midjourney. It's an artificial intelligence.
AI.
And the only reason I used it is because there is no budget for this festival, and it was the cheapest way to get great art.
Are you impressed with it?
I'd rather have a human that it could make subtle changes. The AI is nowhere near smart enough yet to make little tweaks of a great idea that someone might come up with. But then if you look at, say, Blue Devil, Ian Rayburn's short, the poster I designed for that using Midjourney came out superb. And when you see the film, you'll understand why it's kind of worked so well.
I'm going to make a massive put somebody on the spot moment here. Will Cotton, would he do any artwork? Because he is a friend of the show.
Yeah, Will's a very good friend of mine, filmmaker friend that kind of helped me get where I am in terms of filmmaking language and understanding film.
He's an artist.
Yeah, he's a talented artist. But yeah, I think that's a good shout. But yeah, we're gonna. Sorry, I keep saying
maybe just for our use.
Yeah, I keep saying, but yeah, and absolutely. Gotta stop doing that. But yeah, we're going to continue to release the artwork. I think 3 a day, or at least today. When we record this, we're releasing midnight. Oh, I can't remember. It's Ryan Couchy's film, Ian Rayburn's, and Angel Hernandez Suarez's artwork. And Angel was obviously
was he the winner last year?
He was the winner, not last year, but in our first year of the festival. So yeah, his posters, I'm really proud of that. And yeah, working with Midjourney's been a pleasure, but I'd much rather work with an artist because then they can make fine adjustments after. Yeah, it
feels a little bit more authentic, I think.
It is, and it's Midjourney works on a series of prompts, and then it's just, you never know what you're going to get. You can't be really subtle with these things.
So, can I ask how the filmmakers' films potentially going to be used and where they go after this?
Yeah, so the films themselves, let me just think. The films themselves are obviously watched by a big group of people, probably in a local cinema. That's how we're going to view them this year. That's a little trade secret for people I know.
Insider knowledge.
Insider knowledge. It's a shame we can't show them in a cinema, but it's cost and everything, and without a budget or a backer or a sponsor, we can't do that sort of thing. But the way we're going to use your films, and if you're a filmmaker and you're submitted and you're part of the festival, is we're going to have probably 2 days where you can see all the films. So probably the 27th and 28th, all the films will be available back to back with chapter markers, so you'll be able to see all the films in two uploads. Mm-hmm. And the reason it's 2 uploads and why they didn't just do one hit is because, the size, and we'll put descriptions and everything. And
the chapter markers will be tiny.
And plus the second one's going to have the ones that are outside of the awards, the rule breakers.
Platform.
So they still got a platform, and they're going to be available for, I think, I'm going to put this out there, and obviously I'm going to email the filmmakers before I do this, 4 days in total. So 2 days before the awards and 2 days after the awards.
Oh, that's very respectful. So it's not like all the time. It's for a short period.
Because you can't.
So
you can't do that.
It like a cinema release. Sort of thing.
The reason you have to do a limited release, especially online, is because these films are on some rental spaces and are.
It's not fair.
on, like, say, TIFF, which is the Toronto International Film Festival.
Yeah.
When they get submitted to those things, the much bigger things, more prestigious, they can't be shown any.
Prestigious, darling.
They can't be available any. Thank you. They can't be available anywhere else online, so they can't just be on YouTube. So, but we're going to do a special 4-day showing of all of it, and then they're just going to disappear. So all my hard work will disappear altogether.
I don't mean to be
not my hard work, sorry.
Bias here, but you've thought about it quite a lot, haven't you? You've put a lot of effort and time and dedication into it. You're passionate, aren't you?
It's like 3 or 4 hours of thinking after work every day for 4 months.
Forever.
So it's a lot of work.
So in an ideal
it's
world,
great.
you'd have enough money to own your own cinema that you can show everything whenever you want to.
I'd have like a single screen cinema, like Screen on the Green in London, which is a beautiful old building in London. Single screen, really nice couches, high quality, with a bar and making fresh pizzas at the back.
Always
so yeah, exactly.
Is there anything else that you feel like would be beneficial for me to know or everyone to know?
I'd like, if people could put some Facebook reviews out there on the official Facebook page, or the Film Freeway reviews, that's what would be great, because there's, over 30 submissions this year again. Well, not 30 submissions, sorry. There's been way more than 30 submissions. But there's over 30 officially selected films. Now, if that translated to 15 reviews on the website on Film Freeway, then the cachet within Filmway framework as a festival platform would go up. Okay. So if anyone can...
So those that have submitted, maybe?
Yeah, I really need to put that out on an email. So yeah, there'll be a lot of... That's my day job now. It's not so exciting. It's going to be the admin.
That's what I do for a living, so I can help if you want.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, it's a bit more admin at the moment, but then the exciting part is putting the show together and deciding who wins what.
Well, I was going to say, surely the exciting part is seeing the films.
Yeah, that is definitely the most exciting part, and yeah, can't wait to get watching them.
Yeah,
so.
I'm really excited.
Yeah, Freedy, our little dog's going to be watching them as well.
Yeah, she'll be cowering behind
She
us.
does jump, and what was she watching the other night? On the last note, what was she watching?
Godzilla?
No, it was an old 70s film. It was that detective thing set in Sweden.
Oh, yes.
What was it? Oh, yeah, we'll have to put that in the show notes if we remember it. I've got notes about that anyway. But yeah, this has been a short little episode, and we'll get back to our regular Dissecting Dharma. And Michael Chan will be returning very soon, I'm sure. But he's got an amazing show. He's got a big part in this TV show called Ezra, and we can't wait to see him in that once it airs in the UK.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's go and get our takeaway. He should be here soon.
Okay, run.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.